She's at home.
She is at home.
We meet at the station.
We meet at the station.
He's at work.
He is at work.
They are at the cinema.
They are at the cinema.
The meeting is at 10 a.m.
The meeting is at 10 a.m.
She stands at the window.
She stands at the window.
We are at the table.
We are at the table.
The book is on the table.
The book is on the table.
He sits on the chair.
She sits on the chair.
The cat sleeps on the bed.
The cat sleeps on the bed.
She writes on the paper.
She writes on the paper.
The vase is on the shelf.
The vase is on the shelf.
He stands on the stage.
He stands on the stage.
The dog is in the garden.
The dog is in the garden.
She lives in London.
She lives in London.
We are in the car.
We are in the car.
He works in a bank.
He works in a bank.
The apples are in the basket.
The apples are in the basket.
He is in trouble.
He is in trouble.
The key is in the door.
The key is in the door.
He sits next to me.
She sits next to me.
The lamp is next to the sofa.
The lamp is next to the sofa.
The restaurant is next to the river.
The restaurant is next to the river.
She stands next to her friend.
She stands next to her friend.
They walk next to each other.
They walk next to each other.
He goes with her friend.
She goes with her friend.
She cooks with olive oil.
She cooks with olive oil.
He plays with the children.
He plays with the children.
I agree with you.
I agree with you.
He talks with her teacher.
She talks with her teacher.
She cuts the cake with a knife.
She cuts the cake with a knife.
She brushes her teeth before bed.
She brushes her teeth before bed.
He arrives before me.
He arrives before me.
They eat before the meeting.
They eat before the meeting.
The train leaves before noon.
The train leaves before noon.
I read a book before going to bed.
I read a book before going to bed.
She goes home after work.
She goes home after work.
I call Mom after dinner.
I call Mom after dinner.
He eats dinner after sunset.
He eats dinner after sunset.
She sleeps after lunch.
She sleeps after lunch.
They celebrate after the victory.
They celebrate after the victory.
This gift is for you.
This gift is for you.
She waits for the bus.
She waits for the bus.
She works for a company.
She works for a company.
She sings for the audience.
She sings for the audience.
She learns for the exam.
She learns for the exam.
He goes to school.
She goes to school.
She walks to the park.
She walks to the park.
He talks to the manager.
She talks to the manager.
She sends an email to the team.
She sends an email to the team.
The bridge is over the river.
The bridge is over the river.
Birds fly over the trees.
Birds fly over the trees.
He jumps over the fence.
He jumps over the fence.
He holds an umbrella over her.
He holds an umbrella over her.
The cat is under the table.
The cat is under the table.
The dog sleeps under the tree.
The dog sleeps under the tree.
I go to work by bus.
I go to work by bus.
He traveled by car.
She traveled by car.
We communicated by phone.
We communicated by phone.
The boat sailed across the lake.
The boat sailed across the lake.
I walked across the street.
I walked across the street.
He jumped into the pool.
He jumped into the pool.
She stepped into the room.
She stepped into the room.
They went into the restaurant.
They went into the restaurant.
She's at home.
She's at home.
We meet at the station.
We meet at the station.
He's at work.
He's at work.
They are at the cinema.
They are at the cinema.
The meeting is at 10 a.m.
The meeting is at 10 a.m.
She stands at the window.
She stands at the window.
We are at the table.
We are at the table.
The book is on the table.
The book is on the table.
He sits on the chair.
She sits on the chair.
The cat sleeps on the bed.
The cat sleeps on the bed.
She writes on the paper.
She writes on the paper.
The vase is on the shelf.
The vase is on the shelf.
He stands on the stage.
He stands on the stage.
The dog is in the garden.
The dog is in the garden.
She lives in London.
She lives in London.
We are in the car.
We are in the car.
He works in a bank.
He works in a bank.
The apples are in the basket.
The apples are in the basket.
He is in trouble.
He is in trouble.
The key is in the door.
The key is in the door.
He sits next to me.
She sits next to me.
The lamp is next to the sofa.
The lamp is next to the sofa.
The restaurant is next to the river.
The restaurant is next to the river.
She stands next to her friend.
She stands next to her friend.
They walk next to each other.
They walk next to each other.
He goes with her friend.
She goes with her friend.
She cooks with olive oil.
She cooks with olive oil.
He plays with the children.
He plays with the children.
I agree with you.
I agree with you.
He talks with her teacher.
She talks with her teacher.
She cuts the cake with a knife.
She cuts the cake with a knife.
She brushes her teeth before bed.
She brushes her teeth before bed.
He arrives before me.
He arrives before me.
They eat before the meeting.
They eat before the meeting.
The train leaves before noon.
The train leaves before noon.
I read a book before going to bed.
I read a book before going to bed.
She goes home after work.
She goes home after work.
I call mom after dinner.
I call mom after dinner.
He eats dinner after sunset.
He eats dinner after sunset.
She sleeps after lunch.
She sleeps after lunch.
They celebrate after the victory.
They celebrate after the victory.
This gift is for you.
This gift is for you.
She waits for the bus.
She waits for the bus.
He works for a company.
She works for a company.
She sings for the audience.
She sings for the audience.
She learns for the exam.
She learns for the exam.
He goes to school.
She goes to school.
She walks to the park.
She walks to the park.
He talks to the manager.
She talks to the manager.
She sends an email to the team.
She sends an email to the team.
The bridge is over the river.
The bridge is over the river.
Birds fly over the trees.
Birds fly over the trees.
He jumps over the fence.
He jumps over the fence.
He holds an umbrella over her.
He holds an umbrella over her.
The cat is under the table.
The cat is under the table.
The dog sleeps under the tree.
The dog sleeps under the tree.
I go to work by bus.
I go to work by bus.
He traveled by car.
She traveled by car.
We communicated by phone.
We communicated by phone.
The boat sailed across the lake.
The boat sailed across the lake.
I walked across the street.
I walked across the street.
He jumped into the pool.
He jumped into the pool.
She stepped into the room.
She stepped into the room.
They went into the restaurant.
They went into the restaurant.